Hello everyone, welcome, welcome. Just signing on, get myself situated. I hope everyone is doing well. Dory's doing well, she says. Tell me I'm upside down. Am I upside down? No, I think I'm the right way tonight. I'm using the old iPad, so maybe that's the trick, huh? So as you're coming in, be sure to say hello. My name's Susan Timchak. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And I don't want to hear myself talking. So I am using my iPad, so the quality might not be as good as it is with my phone, but at least I'm going the right direction tonight. So let me know when you're coming in. Say hello so that I know that you're here and joining me. It is Thursday, March 12th. Who knew? I mean, we're nearly halfway through the month of March, so can you believe that? It's hard to believe. But I'm here to do my Facebook Live. Dory's joining us tonight on the side. Okay, Doris, you gotta move. So I don't see anyone here just yet. But I will be uploading this to YouTube, and this will also be posted when I complete my live tonight. So let's see. We've got about another minute to get started. Okay, I just got notification. Wow, that took a long time for the notification to come through that I was live. So I hope you have your beverage. I'm going to do a little hand sanitizing before I begin. So anyhow, have something fun to share. I kind of was last minute in deciding, actually last night, as to what I was going to showcase for you tonight. So I thought something I haven't shown you yet. We're still celebrating during celebration, and it's a great time to join Stampin' Up! As well. But I'm going to be showcasing tonight the Thoughtful Blooms bundle, which is a part of Celebration. And we only have a few weeks left. Celebration is going to end on the 31st. Some of the items are selling out already. So if you missed out on those, there's still plenty more to be had. We have a new Celebration catalog, which is this one here, excuse me. This is for March 3rd through the 31st. We have some new items in here that have been added. And we have this beautiful foil paper, which is, I hear, going hot off the press. Everyone is loving foil paper. And we also have this Rise and Shine stamp set, which is fabulous. I showcased this last week, so if you missed that, be sure to go ahead on back, either here on Facebook or my YouTube channel at Stampin' Sue Creates, and see the fun projects I made with that. We also have something for the guys, Well Dressed stamp set. And another very popular item, the So Very Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper, which is colored vellum with embossed design on it. And then we have a Tags in Bloom stamp set, and it coordinates with punches. So that is very popular, and not a lot of nice sayings in there. And then we have the items that were originally brought for Celebration. Few items sold out. I did just hear through the grapevine that the Happy Birthday stamp set, the Happy Birthday to You, that has coordination dies, the stamp set is still available, but the dies have sold out. So we're getting down to the wire. And don't also forget, if you host a workshop or you put in an order of $300 or more, you will get the Little Ladybug stamp set absolutely free. But if you're thinking of spending $99 or more, now is a great time to join Stampin' Up! For just $99, you get $125 of free products, plus the new, very popular mini paper cutter, which I love. And you'll also get the 6x6 Designer Series paper sampler and an additional stamp set of your choice. So this will be done and over with at the end of this month. So it's a great time to join, whether you just want to be a personal shopper or if you want to go ahead and sell some of the product, or maybe make a little bit extra income, or just purchase for yourself and make items and sell them. Just make sure you use the Angel Policy stamp set. So that is all what's going on. I hope you're having a great week. Tomorrow is Friday, so yippee, looking forward to the weekend. So I hope you are as well. Let me go back to what we're showcasing. I'm going to be making some projects, simple projects, because we don't have a lot of time. Although I don't know, these days we may have a lot of time if we're not venturing out into public with a lot of events and that. You want to stay home, be safe, and be creative. This is the Thoughtful Blooms stamp set, and we have a coordinating small bloom punch. Now, the stamp set you can get absolutely free with a $50 purchase during celebration, and the small bloom punch you can get free with a $100 order. So you can get the two of these with a $150 order, and that way, don't use my host code for the month. You will then also get host rewards, and you can choose these items or anything else of your choice in the celebration catalogs. And I was just going to say something else. Oh yes, and don't forget, if you place an order through my online store and use this month's host code of $35 or more, I will send to you absolutely free the PDF tutorial of 15 projects that were created by various demonstrators, 15 demonstrators, myself being one of them. That is something that I started offering during January. It's been very popular, and if you're in a slump, you can always refer to that. Download it to your computer, print it off, whatever works for you, and you can substitute for items that you already have in your stash. So that's a little thank you gift from me, and like I said, everyone has been loving that so far, and it changes each and every month. We have a whole slew of brand new projects to create, and it has a photo of the project. It also has the dimensions, and it has step-by-step directions. So that's something that, looking in the catalog is one thing, but having the dimensions and step-by-step directions, that's a definite plus. So, okay, I have a few tips for you before we begin. So, we all know what all is going on with the coronavirus right now. So I had wondered, Stampin' Up! Has a lot of products. So I wonder if there's any products that we offer that maybe can come in handy during this time. So hand sanitizers, I'm hearing, gone off the shelves. Toilet paper, I can't really help for that, but really, if you want to separate your cardstock into 2-ply, worst comes to worst, colors you might not like, you know what I mean? You can use it for that. Hello, Heather. Thanks for joining. So, two products that did come to mind, though. That was a funny thing with the cardstock. Of course, our cardstock is so wonderful. Who would want to use it in that retrospect? But anyhow, one of the things that came to mind are our Stampin' Spritzers. Now, all these items you can find in the annual catalog, page 180. And Stampin' Spritzers, they're only $3, and you get 2 of them. So I just posted, right before I came live, a little tip sheet. I know rubbing alcohol is hard to find as well. But hydrogen peroxide, if you read that posting that I put on the Facebook page, I did on my personal page and my business page, it can be used for so many wonderful things. So check that out, and you can go ahead and unscrew this and put your hydrogen peroxide inside here and use it for many, many things. You can use it to as a hand sanitizer. You can use it to clean off your countertops. You can do so many things with it. Plus, of course, you can then, once this whole epidemic thing is over with, you can go back to using it with all of your stamping projects. Another thing that came to mind is our Aqua Painter. Now, the Aqua Painter, you get 2 of them. They're $17. And these, I thought, would come in handy. Go ahead and put water in here. And if you have all those envelopes, nobody wants to be licking any envelopes or anywhere where you need to use water. go ahead and use this to seal your envelopes so you don't have to be licking them. It's also great if you have small kids that like to do little watercolor painting, or those color books where you just add water to paint. You know, rather than giving them a paintbrush and a little bowl of water, put it all in here and it's self-contained. So let me know if you have any other suggestions for using any of our Stampin' Up! Products, but just a few tips there I thought it'd be fun to share. So anyhow, let's get started with what I have to show you, because I have 3 projects to share. I usually stick with 3 projects. I'm going to get my little cleaner here, put that off to the side, and these cleaner pads, I have thrown them into the washer. And first I rinse them out, you know, make sure I get most of the ink out. Throw them in the washer. Don't put them in the dryer. When they come out of the washer, you know, they're still going to be stained. They're well loved, but the chamois are a great investment to have. You know, you can, you know, use them even to clean with, if you so desire. Okay, so let's start off with something a little classic. So here's our stamp set, and we're going to go with a little black and white theme. Let me just get everything I need here, and I will tell you the dimensions so that you can follow along. You can write them down as we go, or you can go ahead on back and watch the replay. So I have a couple of these already punched and stamped out. Okay, let me just dig it out of my basket here. Okay, so Thoughtful Blooms, real pretty stamp set. And again, absolutely free with the $50 purchase. Hello, Nancy. Thank you for sharing. If I missed you here. Oh, thank you, Heather. Great idea for the envelopes. Yep, you can do so many other things with Stampin' Up! Products, which, you know, you don't even have to be a stamper, right? So Thoughtful Blooms, it's a photopolymer stamp set, absolutely free, has some great sayings along with cute little flowers. And here is the coordinating punch. Now, there's rumor this may be in the new upcoming catalog that's going to be coming out in June. Just a rumor. Don't quote me, but that's what I've heard. So if you missed out getting it for free, you know, you have to purchase it, but why purchase it when you can get it for free, right? Cute little flower set punch. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our stamp set out and put that aside. So here we are, photopolymer, and we all know when we use photopolymer, we want to use, which I'm looking for, we want to use something cushiony to stamp on, because the red rubber, we use this side here, it says stamping. Now mine is cut in half. This is our Stampin' Pierce mat. Hi Karen, hello from Arizona. Thank you for joining us. So with photopolymer, there is no cushion to them like it is our red rubber. So you want to use something, if you don't have one of these pierce mats, which we hardly do piercing anymore, use a mouse pad or something that has a little bit of give to it, a little bit of cushion to give you that extra support you need when you're stamping. Okay, so got a lot of fun things here. So we have a piece of basic black. This is a 8.5 by 11 cut in half. So that's our standard card base. So we're just going to go ahead and fold that. And my bone folder would be right here. I mean, sometimes I feel like I have so much space to work on, but once I start bringing things out, my space just kind of narrows down. So when you're coming in, be sure to say hello so that we know that you're here. One of the other great products that you can purchase, I've shown this paper a lot. This is the Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper. And you won't find it in any catalogs because it's just an additional item that they're selling during celebration. The item number is 153558. And this paper coordinates with our punches in the... Someone's horn is blowing. Our punches in the occasions, the current January through June mini little catalog. So it coordinates with the umbrella punch. It coordinates with the heart punch. Here's these little flowers, so it's going to coordinate with the punch I'm using tonight. There's the little hearts. And then there's also a page here with the tulips. And it's double-sided, so one side has the images you can punch, and the other side has fun little designs that you can use, little raindrops. How cute that is for showers and whatnot. This beautiful striped, and I love the colors. And on the back of the heart one is this real pretty check design, which is what I'm using tonight. And I'm going to be using that a lot tonight, actually, because I really like that paper. So I have a piece of that. This is the one that has the hearts on the other side, and the hearts are real pretty. I mean, if you don't have the punches, you can very easily cut these out if you want, and any of them, because I fussy cut them. I don't have the umbrella one, and I've done that with the umbrella, so it's real easy. So what I did is I cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to be my base. Then I have a piece. I have to be careful here because I have, of course, when you're using black, you want to put something on the inside. So that also is 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. So I'll put that there. And then I have another piece. I have a piece of Whisper White, which is cut at 3 3/4. Is it 3 3/4 by 5, I believe? That's going to, yeah, because that's 4 1/4 for 3 3/4 by 5. So that's going to make a little layer there. So this is the piece we're going to stamp on, though. So we'll go ahead and bring in our mat. And like I said, I'm going to do a tone on tone, just a basic black and white design, which is very classy, I think, anyhow. Sometimes you can do a basic black design and just add a little pop of color by adding maybe like a red or a pink or one of our gorgeous grape, or, you know, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to turn this sideways. And this is the black Memento ink that I'm using, one of my faves. I don't use Stays-On a whole lot. You want to be careful when you're using Stays-On. It's not a big fan of photopolymer and Stays-On. And my cat is running around crazy, so if you hear some crazy stuff, it's her. So, okay, we'll stamp that there. I'm going to go ahead and turn it. Oh my goodness, she is like nuts tonight. I think sometimes she knows that, you know, I'm doing a Facebook Live, so she's kind of like wanting the attention. You know how that goes, right? Just like kids. So I want the little thank you. There's a little thank you here. And let me grab, because the thank you is so little. I don't want to use that big block to put that on. Okay, so where did I put that? Okay, so we'll use our little block. All of our blocks come in all different sizes, and you can purchase them individually, or you can get them as a whole set, which is what I would recommend, you know, because then you're all set to go. Okay, so let's see. Let's turn it this way. Well, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. So you can choose wherever you want to put your little thank you. So for this card, I'm just going to put it right down there. And that's it for that. Let me put that back on here. That's so teeny tiny, I don't want it to get lost in the shuffle. So I'm going to take, it has a different couple flowers. So it has, this one has an outline, it has a solid one, it has this other one here, this cute little design, it has different leaves and branches and some little dots. Little teeny tiny flower there, another one there. You can just build so many fun things with this stamp set. I'm just going to put it there because I know I'll probably be reaching for it. So this part is done here. So what I want to do is I want to bring in a scrap piece, and I'm going to stamp a few of these. And then I'm going to use that wonderful punch, and I'm going to punch them out. So where did I put the punch? Okay, there. Now, if you do want to be careful how you stamp them, you know, of course, you know, check how your punch goes. Put your punch from the bottom up so you can see where you're punching. And, you know, before I go any further, let me put the lid on this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to punch out a couple of these flowers. Put them there. And this is a quick, simple card. I mean, you can do this monochromatic card in your favorite colors, whatever your colors may be. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and we do have a third one. There it is. So we have 3 of those. I punched out a couple other ones before when I was prepping last night. And yeah, normally I prep this ahead of time, but I just, been kind of busy. So what I did beforehand, last night, I stamped on vellum. And because vellum takes a while to dry, I wanted to do that all ahead of time. You can see where I kind of have some black on here too. It wasn't quite dry when I wanted to make my sample, so I stamped those on the vellum. Now you can color these in if you choose, depending on what design you're doing. I would color from the back side of them. Kind of makes it look like a little bit of a stained glass look. And I would probably use my Stampin' blends on them. Just because, it makes a nice coverage. And it would definitely color this vellum really nicely. It's hard to see that vellum. Okay, so I punched a few of those out. Then I'm going to bring in a scrap of basic black. And I'm going to punch a couple of these out. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need, so it's always better to do a few more, right? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's put our card together. You see how quick and simple this could be. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully my Tombow glue will cooperate this week. So, yes, tomorrow is Friday. I have my bingo on Sunday, which I'm looking forward to. And I got that all prepped this week, so let me fix that. So I've been kind of busy this week between doing some embroidery projects and preparing for bingo and getting all the packages together and preparing for tonight. And I think there was a night or two where my body's still trying to get used to this adjustment in the time. And I'm sure I'm not alone when it comes to that, right? Trying to adjust with a time difference. So on the inside, I forgot to do the inside. Let's do our inside. So the inside, let's do a little saying. And if you're coming in, be sure to say hello. I'm not seeing any of the comments moving, so I'm just assuming everyone is quiet and watching and afraid to say anything. But go ahead, chit-chat amongst yourselves. Who knows? You may meet somebody on here that is your neighbor up the road. So I'm going to use the little saying, and the saying says, I'm always amazed but never surprised by your thoughtfulness. So that goes great with the thank you. Okay, I want to make sure I have that going the right way. So when you're stamping, press down, hold it for a few seconds, and then lift off. You'll get a real nice image that way. Gives the ink a time to go ahead and adjust itself. And let me take this little flower off here and use the smaller one. And to absorb into your cardstock. So I have my bingo Sunday. I don't really have any other plans this weekend. Just to prepare for that. So I did those little stems. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring in some little flowers. So where is that little itty bitties? Okay, so you can just add these wherever you want. Look how cute they are. And I'll tell you, using this little Pierce mat is definitely the way to go when you're using your photopolymer. Look how cute that is. Super cute. I love it. You love it? Let me know. Show me some emojis, some hearts. Hopefully the nice emojis that you like it. So let's go ahead and put this on the inside. And yeah, be sure to invite your friends and family to come join us. Whenever we have something that we love and enjoy, we always want to make sure to share it. And I have black ink on me. And, why keep a good thing to yourself, right? Okay, so there's our card. So we're going to go ahead, excuse me, and use our little flowers. We're going to put the black ones. Let me just put my adhesive down. And then I could put my flowers that way, might be better. Whatever works for you. There's never any rules with stamping. It's whatever you like, however you like it. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to offset with some of my other stamped and punched designs. So the little flowers you can use, say if you have a pen and you put it in your hand and you could kind of scroosh it like that and stick that on your card. Of course it'll get squished in the mail, but that's okay. Looks good. Simple and easy, yes. Karen. Hello, Karen. Excuse me, did I say hello to you? If I didn't, hello, hello. Just watching me create. Oh, well, that's okay too. Just makes me think sometimes that I'm here alone. All right, so put those there offset. Then we're going to go ahead and bring in our vellum. Now the vellum, I'm only going to use a little tiny dab of this. Vellum is sometimes very hard to hide, but being we're only using a little smidgen, I think we'll be okay. So we can just add those and just fill in, you know, wherever you find that you'd like to put the flower. So of course we're going to spruce things up a little bit, and you take your pick tool. Definitely, if you don't have one of these, you need this. This is so fantastic. So I'm going to use these little teeny tiny pearls and scatter them about. I often forget about using little pearls. I'm always looking at the bling, so I thought this time let's add some pearls. And we'll put the pearls on the center of the stamped flowers, and they already have the adhesive on the back of the pearls, so you don't have to worry about that. And put that there. And if we want to add a little extra something, being we have some flowers left, we can go ahead and take one of these flowers and add it to the inside. And probably just a little teeny pearl. Now when you're mailing cards like this that have little rhinestones or pearls or things like that, and what you can do is if you take your card and fold it in this way and mail it, that will protect your pearls or rhinestones. Another thing you can do is if you have another piece of cardstock, you can lay it over the top of this and put it in your envelope. This way it won't pierce through your envelope and it will protect that. But there's a real simple, quick card, you know, no fuss, no muss. You can incorporate this with whatever colors that you like and you wish to use. So let me know, do you like that one? I do. Okay. I'm a little bit of a stickler with trying to clean up as I go. How many are like that? Are you guys like that? I kind of do that when I'm cooking. Not that I cook much anymore these days, but when I'm cooking I like to do that too. Okay, so let's spruce things up a little bit. Let's bring in some color to our stamping with the next project. Okay. So we're going to use, I'm not going to use the black, but I'm going to put it aside. Granny Apple Green, one of the coordinating colors, and Highland Heather. So those are the colors I'm going to use on this next card. And let me just tip these out. Now again, I'm using that punch paper, and what I did ahead of time is I punched out a bunch of these flowers. Oh, hey, Erin. Very pretty. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Heather. Nice way to step it up. I do like to take your pick tool. Thank you, Karen. Simple and easy. Yes, yes, yes. So I punched out a bunch of those ahead of time. And this is the strip of paper, the other side of the tulip one, that has like this green kind of stripe to it. So I just had a little scrap of that. So I don't know, maybe that's like 3/4 by, you know, whatever length you have. I'm going to use some of my little mini dimensionals. And of course, I had to bring some bling in. So these are the champagne rhinestones, and I believe they may be on back order. But if you have any of the blends, you can use our regular rhinestones and color them any color you wish. All right. So I'm going to bring my card base in. Now my card base is, get rid of that basket. Card base is the Heather Highland, and this is cut at the hot dog style. Oh, hi, Mary. Signing in now. Good. Glad you can join us. So this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So I always like to score. I use my paper trimmer to score. It does a nice score. Unlike the last paper trimmer, this one does a very, very light score. The other one, I was always afraid when I'd be scoring that I would cut something. So I didn't have to worry about that. So here's that paper again. I'm using the other side with the little stripes. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, doing some fun layers, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So even that on there, look how pretty that is. And I have a piece of the Heather Highland, and that is going to go right here on top. And FYI, my little visitor Dory is back again. Okay. And then I have a small piece. This is cut at a little smidgen. Oh, that Heather Highland must be like 3 3/4 by 5, and then this one is another little quarter. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my stamping on here. So, okay. I'm going to use these viney stamps again with the Granny Apple Green, and we're going to stamp, let's see, going right across my card in the center. And let me turn it. And if you stamp over whatever you stamped, I mean, no worries. This is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be having a good time, enjoying yourself, creating. That's what stamping is all about. Okay, we're done with that color. So now we're going to use our Heather Highland. And we're going to use the stamp, this one here. It kind of looks like a flower, aka star. So maybe a star flower. So you can see that I'm not using any other stamps but what comes in this stamp set because it's just super cute. Alright. Oh, and I forgot my Pierce mat. Was anybody yelling you forgot your Pierce mat? Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to take this little star, and you'll see areas where there's like that little piece sticks out. You can actually stamp them anywhere you'd like. So we're just going to go ahead and stamp them. I love this color combo together. It just, you know, we kind of got a little taste of spring here in Pennsylvania, and had a little bit of spring fever. Now one day, I think it was it Monday, came home from work, took the dog for a walk. She loved it. I loved it. I hit 8,000 steps on my Fitbit, and anybody that has a Fitbit, when you reach a certain milestone, you get all kind of fireworks and everything goes off, and you know your wrist is like vibrating and whatnot. So that was exciting because all I was doing was sitting at my embroidery machine, and I got the fireworks. So whatever, I'll take it. So I'm going to take this little strip, and you're saying, oh, she's going to cover that all up. Nope, don't worry. We're going to take the little strip, and we're going to go right across the center. You could use your grid paper to help you align it. I look like I'm crooked, which I don't know. I'm always seem to be stamping crooked. And there is that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this down. You can raise it up on dimensionals if you choose. But I'm going to do something else with dimensionals. So that piece is just going to go here. And I just want to say, all these designs this week, they're my designs. Sometimes I have trouble coming up with designs, but with this one, it was just so natural. So I'm using these little mini dimensionals. These are actually left over from Paper Pumpkin. And if you don't know what Paper Pumpkin is, it's a monthly subscription box that comes each and every month to your door. You never really know what you're going to get, so it's fun because it's a nice surprise. And the one that is for this month, we're getting an additional free stamp set because Paper Pumpkin is celebrating 7 years. Whew, it doesn't seem like 7 years. I remember I was at one of the leader events. Was it a leader event? It was a Stampin' Up! Event with my friend Leanne, who I had just met that year as well. She's from Canada. She's a fellow demonstrator. We're still friends. And they released the paper pumpkin, and we were so excited. But it was a little disappointing, I have to say, when the paper pumpkin came, because, I mean, it really isn't as fabulous as it is right now. So I just gathered a few of those dimensionals. I'm going to just pick and choose my flowers. And look at it's even fun on the other side if you didn't want to use that side. Okay, I don't think I have any purple ones here. I don't. Okay, no worries. I like pink anyhow. So, let's see. What other color? Let's go with this one. So look how cute that is. And I think I'm going to make this a congratulations card. So, I have congratulations. And let's go ahead. Let's pull in that purple. I could use Granny Apple Green or the purple. A little crooked on there. So, anyhow, I wish you guys could talk to me. Sometimes, you know, I mean, I like to talk, but there we go. And look how fun that congratulations is, because it has in capital letters, you. So you can finish it right like that, but of course, you know me. Let's continue, and we're going to go ahead and bring in these champagne rhinestones. Close this up. Congrats. So pretty. Thank you. All right. I don't know, any of you that have animals, I mean, I always feel like I have a fur piece. Normally Dory's, because the dog doesn't climb up here on the desk, but Dory does. She likes to come up here and lay in the window to look out. She's an indoor cat. She doesn't go out. So I guess she thinks, you know, like any female, she thinks she's missing something out there. Okay. So there we go. Oops. There's another really fun, quick card that you can create, and doesn't take a whole lot of time, but it really packs a punch, and it opens this way. You can go ahead and do your inside if you choose. I'm going to leave mine naked on the inside, just because. Just because. Okay. Alrighty. So let me pick all this up. Put that in a basket, along with my inks. I don't think I need any of these colors. No. Okay. Next card. Oh, thank you for sharing. Hi, Lisa. I didn't see you come in. Thank you, Heather. Okay, this one we're bringing in all the big guns for this one. We are going to be creating with lots of ink colors. We're going to let the ink colors do the work for us. And I always have off to the side my Wink of Stella. Whenever you feel like a card needs something else, maybe you don't have embellishments, you can always embellish with Wink of Stella, because she adds a nice little glistening effect. Let me bring this card back in, show you a quick way to use her if you're not familiar with her. She is a way to use glitter without glitter. So if you love bling but you don't like glitter, I'm going to squeeze the tip of it a little bit in my cap here so I don't get it all over. And I'm just going to simply tap on the lid all over. You can also use her as a little paintbrush, and you can paint the flowers if you choose. So let me do those quickly. But whenever it needs a little something something, this is something great to do. And when you find that you think your Wink of Stella is all done, just unscrew it, add a little bit of rubbing alcohol, if you can find some on the shelves, and add that to it and shake it up. But I'm not sure. Let me try to see. You could kind of see it. You can see the little bit of extra glitter, like a shimmer. It's a very subtle shimmer it adds to your card. And most of the time you won't see it until it dries. So, keep that in mind, right? Okay, so of course we're going to need more bling. So these holiday rhinestone basic jewels, they're from the holiday catalog, but last chance, the last time I looked, they were still available. Some of the items carried over. So you'll want to check those out. That's the bling we're going to add for this card. Okay, so this card has the base of it, let me look. The base of it is the gray granite, and it's your standard card base. Hey, Frank, adorable. That's so funny coming from you, adorable. Next, we have the basic gray. We have a layer of that, and that's just your standard basic gray, layout design there. So, let me find my glue. Go ahead and layer that on there, just because I don't want it to get lost, which is what usually happens. Okay. So it's like a tone on tone. This seems to be the tone on tone night. Let me flip that over. And, okay. All right. Okay, so then we have our basic Whisper White. I'm going to bring in my little Stampin' mat this time so I do not forget. And this is another layer. This would be the 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so basic standard. All right, let me move some of these colors off to the side. Oh, and I just lost my screen. Where am I? I don't want to miss anything. Okay. All right, screen is back. Okay. Well, I'm late, so I'll have to watch a replay. No worries. Thank you for sharing. Did I miss that? Adorable. I was on the SU website today, and the rhinestones from the previous catalog were still available. Yes. Some of the holiday items were carried over. So definitely check that out if you're placing an order and you missed out. Like the Cup of Cheer that coordinated with the stamp set I used last week, those dies are still available. So you'll check that out. We're using Garden Green. So this time we're going to stamp at an angle. Okay. And again, this same viney stamp because I love it. So yes, some of the items are still available. I'm going to flip it this time. So you want to definitely check that out. Now, I'm not too worried about stamping on my Pierce mat. If that bothers you, you can put a scrap piece of paper down. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so we have that. Then we're going to bring in, let me see, which flower do I want? Let's use this one. One of the little flowers. Okay, the green is done. It can go in the basket. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Daffodil Delight. And stamp wherever you would like. Oh, how pretty is that? There's a few little flowers. Let's even go a little bit beyond. I mean, this stamp set is just so easy to work with. I mean, really. And all the cards look so different. I'll show you all the cards in the end. And after I upload this to, well, after I'm done with this, I want to say not upload it. I will go ahead and post photos of everything. Okay, so now we're going to bring in, oh, you know what, before I go too far, let's bring in a saying. I think we used them all, right? Okay, I think this one will fit. This is that amazing one. The always amazed but never surprised for your thoughtfulness. I always seem to need cards like that. So many people that I'm so grateful for everything they do for me. So I'm going to use the basic gray. And I think it'll fit perfectly down here in this corner. Alright. Hold it down there for a second or two. And look how pretty. Oh, oh, sometimes I amaze myself. Anybody feel that way when you're stamping? It's like, oh, look what I did. Hooray for me. Okay. So now I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to bring in another scrap piece. And this is where the next three colors, Melon Mambo, Gorgeous Grape, and Pacific Point. That's where these colors are going to come in. I'm going to move this, put that there. And what I want to do is I'm going to stamp one Melon Mambo. Ah, who's that messaging me? Okay, never mind. And on the other side, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the other side. I'm going to put that other flower, the outliney one. And I'm going to stamp. Oh, it's hard to see. Melon Mambo. I'm going to clean it. Okay, so here's my Mambo. I'm going to bring in Gorgeous Grape. This is a great way to use up any of the scraps, and we know we all have scraps, right? And I'm going to do a solid one. So we're doing one of each of the three different colors, a solid and an outline. And this is when you usually can tell if your ink pads need to be re-inked. Like I think my Gorgeous Grape does, because it kind of has a little speckled sign there. And last but not least, Pacific Point. And I'm trying to be careful to know like how to stamp this, so then it'll be easy to go ahead and punch it out. And one of these. Ah, perfection. And I didn't even try. Okay, so we're done with that. We are done with stamping. Now, we're going to go ahead and get the punch, and we're going to punch these flowers out. And I mean, if you don't have the punch, you can fussy cut, but why do that when we have a punch available? So we're going to punch all of these out. So simple and quick. Alrighty. All those out. I have them all. Yes, I do. Okay. All right, we'll bring our card in. We're going to go ahead and glue this down. The one good thing about all of our inks is that they're water-based, so they clean up very easily when you stamp with them. And also, the ink dries fairly quickly. All right, so we're going to do 3 flowers. We'll do the one here, and one here. Put my glue down, and we'll go, nope, I don't want that one, I want this one. I'm going to put our flowers down, this one, and this one, and this one, and then we're going to raise that up. I know, you just want to start singing that song when you hear that. Lots of scraps. Yes, lots of scraps. We're going to use our little mini dimensionals. We also have the dimensionals in black as well. So if you were doing a card where, you know, it was a dark colored background, you can use those dimensionals and you won't see any white sticking out. It'll just be the black. But again, these are from Paper Pumpkin. You know, I can always tell because there's these little tiny squares. So definitely, if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, now is the perfect time to sign up during celebration, because then you can get free products. You can go ahead and get this stamp set, or go ahead and get stamp set and the punch. So we're going to offset this one. We're going to put these on top and do that and do that, and look how pretty. And then go ahead and bring in some bling. So let's see, we could do a blue one on the blue. Oh, I have one of these red ones left. We could do red on red. And I don't have purple, but what I can do, this is Rich Razzleberry, but let's see how this is going to work. I'm going to use, this is my Stampin' Blends, And I'm going to color in one of these light blue colors. And I will use the purple on the purple. And look, it matched perfectly. And that is our third card. So you can see very quickly, simply, let me clean a spot off here so I can bring them all back and show you. Put my lids on here. All my little backgrounds that I just zhush on the floor. It's a good thing my cleaning lady doesn't mind. I'm the cleaning lady, by the way. So let's bring in the cards that I created for you tonight. Quick, simple cards. Doesn't take a whole lot. They kind of almost look the same, but they're different. And they're just so quick and simple. So definitely, Thoughtful Blooms and the punch makes your stamping so easy. The sentiments are included. Everything's included to create some really fun cards. Thank you, Heather. All right, everyone. That's it for tonight. Where are we at on time? Oh, I'm good on time. Finally, I stayed within my hour. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Those coming to bingo on Sunday, I'm looking forward to it. It starts at 1 o'clock. Be sure to, oh, and I see something's going on across the river. I see some flashing lights. Anyhow, ADD moment, sorry. I will see you guys on Sunday at the bingo. You guys are going to be so excited that are coming. You're going to love it. And upcoming classes and things. And of course, every Thursday you'll find me here from the comfort of your home to my home. Some fun projects. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And everyone be safe out there. And God bless. And we'll see you back here next week. Maybe before. All right, everyone. Thanks. Have a good night.